All right, kindergartners, today we are going to make a heart. We're going to start by folding our paper in half. You have a stencil that makes half of this heart balloon shape. I'm just drawing mine here. So you'll put your stencil on the fold and then cut around the line. You want to make sure that you don't cut off the fold itself. You want to keep the fold together. So you can open it and voila, you have a heart. Now you're going to draw different shapes in your heart. So maybe a square, maybe a heart inside a heart. That's pretty cool. Rectangles, you can repeat shapes. You might add multiples of squares or ovals. Ooh, here I think I'm going to make a pentagon, a circle. I want to put them nice and close together and include variety. Variety is an element of art, and it's just when you use a lot of different things in your art to create interest. Ooh, and look here, an octagon. An octagon has 8, you heard me right, 8 sides. And finally, a little oval, and I'm going to look and see if I have any spots that look sad and empty, and I'll add some little shapes in there. Now I'm ready for paint. I'm going to use a type of paint that's called a tempera cake. A tempera cake is not for eating. It is just tempera paint that you need to add water to. So you need to start by waking up the paint. Add a little bit of water and swirl it around on that tempera cake, not to eat, and it will wake your paint up. And you're going to fill each of your shapes with a color, making sure that you rinse in between. You never, ever, 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 ever want to mix colors on the paint set. As I'm painting, I'm making sure to remember that my paintbrush is like a ballerina. He's always dancing on tippy toes and never, ever, ever scooting on his bottom. Because remember, nobody wants to go to the booty scooting ballet. It just ain't pretty. Continuing to fill in each of my shapes. I'm again using that idea of variety because I'm using a variety of colors. Rinsing. I like to give it a little wipe on the sponge to get some of the water off. When you add more water, your color is lighter. When you add less water, your color is darker. But you never want your paint to seem scratchy. If it's scratchy, that means your paintbrush is thirsty. Now I'm going to paint the background. The background is not the back of my paper. It is the area around the subject. The subject is shapes. So I'm just painting the space around all those super cool shapes I made. As I'm painting my background, I'm making sure to only paint each area one time. I'm not going over and over the same spot, and I'm definitely not going over and over the same spot with different colors. That would make a super duper muddy mess. And nobody wants to see a super duper muddy mess on their heart. So paint an area one time covering the white and then look for a new area. When I notice that my paintbrush is thirsty, I add a little water and then swirl in the paint. And last little bit here. And now my heart balloon is done for now. Now I'm going to do the background. I'm using paint sticks and I'm going to make dots, circles, and then filling. Some can be big, some can be small. You can make them in more than one color. You can make them in all the colors. But I'm just adding them all over my paper. And you can see here that I'm very quickly filling in. Now I'm going to glue my heart balloon to that background paper that I made. I'm going around the outside edges with paint. I'm not putting a big old glob in the middle. That doesn't help. I'm putting it around the edges in a nice thin line. Then I'm gonna flip that baby over, and I'm gonna flip my paper over. And I'm gonna give it a massage. Rub your papers back, paper likey. Good, good, good. Now I'm gonna flip it over, and I'm gonna make a string coming down to be the part of the balloon that you would hang on to. And now I have a beautiful piece of art that's inspired by the book, The Shape of My Heart, and I have all different shapes on this balloon. Good work.